Rahman Rahim. Today we are going to see a lesson about direct speech and indirect speech or reported speech. We have here sentences in direct speech and we will transform them into indirect speech. At the same time, you must see or notice the modifications that will happen to these sentences when they are transformed into indirect or reported speech. Look, she said, I shall go to the circus tomorrow. I shall go to the circus tomorrow. If I want to transform it into direct speech, I will going to write, she said, look, that what does it become? That becomes, it remains as it is. She said that I would, look, here we have simple, future simple, becomes conditional, but I would, not should. Should is a modal that expresses advice. That I would go to the circus the following day, not tomorrow, but the following day, or the next day. Or tomorrow becomes the following day. Shall becomes would. Amin stated, look, Amin stated, I saw the museum last year. I saw the museum last year. I saw the museum last year. What does it become? Amin stated. So we write Amin stated that he. Our simple past becomes past perfect. He had seen the museum. Last year becomes the year before. The year before. Last year becomes the year before. He wondered, are we eating out tonight? This is a question. You see? So we are not going to use that, we are going to use if. He wondered if we, our present continuous becomes past continuous. That if we were, look, we don't have here subject inversion. We make the sentence correctly, subject and verb. If we were eating out, tonight becomes that night. That night. He asked, where were you yesterday? He asked, where were you yesterday? He asked, where, we don't use here if, because we have here an adverb of place. So we must let it as it is. He asked where, where becomes, simple past becomes past perfect. Where we had been, yesterday becomes the previous day. The previous day, or last day. The previous day. The previous day. My uncle said, I have brought my gloves. My uncle said that he, because it's not I but he, present perfect becomes past perfect. He had brought, not my gloves, but his gloves, because he, his, I, my, his gloves. His gloves. They protested. We can't cope with the hardships. We can't cope with the hardships. The hardships are the difficulties in life. That means we can't stand the hardships. We can't deal with the hardships or the difficulties of life. So they protested that the modal can't will be couldn't. That they couldn't cope with the hardships. The teacher ordered. Here we have, read the text. We have an imperative sentence. So, read becomes an infinitive with to. With the imperative sentence, we use the infinitive preceded by to. The teacher ordered us to read easily, to read the text. So if you have an imperative verb in the imperative form, read, to read. If you, for example, speak, to speak. Sensitize, to sensitize, and so on. The boys said, we are going to the circus now. The boys said, so here we have what? Present continuous. But look at the change that will happen. The boys said that we, instead of we use they. That they were going to the circus. Now what now becomes then? To the circus. Then. The boys said that they were going to the circus. Then. Now becomes then. Our father advised us, do not stay here. So we have an imperative sentence. So we must use to. Our father advised us, but not to. You see, if you have do not, you must use not to stay. Here becomes there. Here becomes there. I hope you have understood these sentences about reported speech. I hope you success and good luck.